wrong with that.
You were mentioning the PSA thing or card grading, and I put a poll out there on like your Facebook, group there for a while recently about, what do you guys think about grading? And that's just kind of truly where I'm at. Like I had a few things that I'll tell you what it is. I have a card that I do want to get sort of authenticated. It's not a GPK, so don't get too mad. It's this Marvel Masterpiece Spider-Man that's been autographed by Joe Gisco, and it's the original artist from '92. And
Cool.
I bought off eBay, and it's $30. And is it real? And that's kind of what I want to get. I want to figure out is it a real thing? His signature goes on legitimate ones for like 125. What was that, Bobby?
Authenticated, not graded.
Right,
so
right.
If the grade you were like bothered about, you could then that kind of settles or nips the bud.
Yep,
there.
That's what I was looking at. Doesn't matter about the quality of the Knicks. Yeah, I'm not as worried about the quality of the card as much as the authentication on that one. But I thought, what if I got a few others upgraded, in fact, and things, just to see how the process works, So I was interested in PSA versus SGC.
There's no better way of learning than doing the do. Say something cheap, it costs a fair whack just to send something. You don't really.
It does. Some of the prices have come down recently. Yeah, they run specials.
About 15.
Yeah, there's some specials right now too. There's just some specials this month on non-sport cards with PSA, in fact. So it's 15 a card. You have to do 10 card minimum, and that adds up, obviously. But if I had 10, I could run. I have some fresh packs I've opened of fresh GPKs to go throw out there I'd like, and it's not like I need grade cards. I think I've always thought that if you're going to keep it for yourself, kind of like someone like you were saying earlier, Trenton, like if you don't need to grade it if it's for you, But at the same time, I have some stuff that I'd like to. I've got a giant size Nasty Nick card from OS1, the OS1 giant size set that's signed by John Pound, but it's not. There's no authentication on it. I mean.
The cases are nice. I mean, I will say that the protection on them is definitely nice. You can look through them, and they're not going to get bent or anything like that. Definitely.
I've heard some are better than others. I've heard PSA is not quite as good as like Beckett. So Beckett's are a little better, especially on thick cards or like some. I watched a bunch of videos on sports card guys because the sports cards guys are getting them done all the time, right? Because they're flipping and they're doing more chase cards than we are with this kind of stuff. And they were saying like if you drop the PSA case, it can get a corner ding or some sort of flaw, scrape the card a little bit, especially if you did like a UK series, Bobby, like those smaller cards like that. They say they slide around. They have a different holder for them. But I've seen some of those PSAs as well. I love that set, by the way. The UK sets are wonderful. I have some packs that I'd love to have.
I've got a few cards. This is too expensive. They're easier to buy, though, I must admit.
Yeah. So they're cheap. They're cheaper than the US ones.
A pack of OS US.
Yeah.
But my biggest kind of question with PSA is cards or any cards. I've got one PSA graded plate for 2000 that I bought off eBay years ago. But tried making these like PSA case.
Yeah, I remember you did some of those. Yeah.
I've dirtied cases, and probably to begin with, just fingerprints, like
that adds value.
Oils from the skin, stuff like that. I wanted to sell this in the future. I've tried to clean it and polish it up, and they've not efforts to clean it has made it worse to the point where I'm like, well, I'll have to throw that away and buy another one that I won't touch until I'm ready to kind of figure out a way of sealing them. What do you do if you've got a mint atom bomb gem mint 10, but they ain't on the plastic and you can't clean it up without making the plastic worse?
They will, for a small fee, they will reseal them for you. They will recase them for you. I've seen that.
They kind of
drop them, crack them.
They're sealed with ultrasound or something. They kind of vibrated together.
I'm not really sure how they're sealed. I'm not positive on that. That might be true. I don't know. But I do know that they will reseal them if there is some kind of physical scrape or damage, and that varies per company based on what their warranty would be. Because some have just slightly different cases, but they're all pretty good. It's just like, yeah, I guess my point is for me, like, when do I do that? I wouldn't want to go on eBay and buy a PSA card. I don't have any interest in that. I just don't feel it. I'd rather buy raw and save the money and have the card and enjoy it.
That's probably my opinion on PSA cards. Who's a graded ones? People buy the cards and get them graded in hopes that they're going to grow. Might say they won't, but there's not much of a market in buying graded cards. It's people buying cards and grading them and building a collection. You see many Gem Mint 10s exchanging hands, and I'm sure they would, especially if this is right. But I think a lot of the investments in PSA graded cards is a bit of a hope balloon in a way. You know, people. I wouldn't rely on it as a. Don't worry, someone will buy them when I'm ready to sell them. Because I've tried to sell stuff when I was if it sells. You're like, come on, buy it. You can't make someone buy it.
I wonder what really will matter.
The price on something like that. It's sometimes raw is better, and if it's nice and good quality, you've always got an option to send it to PSA. You have to buy a highly graded card, which I know there is under the PSA certificates to back it up to say this is worth this because it's great. It's like a benchmark to sell it from and not be battered too much. I've got an EMC graded card, which grading company, but it's Gem Mint 10, so I'll take it.
What's that company? You say EMC?
Yeah, I think it's someone's homemade.
I've heard of them. I think they've been around for a while, but I don't think they're like you're not going to get any more than a raw card.
I know some of them are defunct. Like there are several companies that aren't in business anymore that were legitimate graders. I just wasn't sure. I've never heard of that one, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm still doing research and figuring out. I just opened my own company at this point. I mean, Joe, let's just do a company. I'm just Trenton, you into it? Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
You might as well because I feel more legit. I mean,
well, I know Jeremiah Scott was doing it for a while.
Yeah, I saw that. Did that phase out?
I don't know. I think my guess. I mean, just a
it,
complete. Is he okay? I would say my guess would be just hard to make it worthwhile. Just once the grading prices went down. I mean, he's got to doing it by yourself's got to be kind of difficult. But I mean,
for sure, yeah.
But I mean, I'm not too sure. It's a cool idea because I mean, honestly, I'd rather have. He probably knows a hell of a lot more than anybody at PSA does about those cards.
Well, it depends what looking at the different companies, it's like some places were good for corner dings or reverse corner dings or surface. They were scanning the surfaces. Some places weren't scanning the surfaces for damage. And for a sticker card, like original series must be a lot different too, because there's different criteria there too. You got the die cut effect and how does that, and then you look at how many cards, like here's one right here that's got this one I opened on stream a while back. It's got gum residue on it, and look how it's cut. I mean, and that would come back. That would come back different from every company. Like I don't know what that would come up like, but some would even grade it maybe because it's so miscut.
Well, I know Beckett, like whatever the lowest grade is, so like centering would probably be, I mean, almost nothing. They can only grade it a grade or two above that. Yeah.
Then there's that subgrade categories. Yeah, that's great.
But I know PSA, they have, well, now they don't have like all the qualifiers. They used to have like miscut and marks on them and stuff, and now I think they just grade it lower. So I don't know if they just give it a 2 or a 1 because
I know some they just send back now. They won't grade it.
Yeah,
they just won't grade. Yeah, but so but the biggest thing left for me is like that talks me out of the cards entirely. But like the packs, like the wax packs, that's the biggest thing. Like when you have an expensive wax pack, like an OS1 pack, is it worth grading that to verify? And that gets back to being not graded, but maybe the authenticity of it, right?
I think getting them authenticated by PSA is a great choice. I don't know if this, but if you don't think it's going to be a 10 or a 9, I don't know if there's much point in the the look of it. It's like I think DK's got an atom on the gum side, so he knows it's got an atom bomb in it. It's going to be gum damaged. I think he's going to try and send that to PSA just because it's probably not worth opening. I think it was DK that had that.
Not worth opening, but probably worth some money.
But graded as well. If you can see it on the back of the graded card. Yeah.
Brian says he needs a jacked up gum card. Yeah, I've got a whole stack of jacked up gum cards that are pretty funny looking. So I like those.
I've been working on
so there's the big debate.
The characters going in, in PSA cases, and it's funny you should mention an off-cut one, because I was thinking I could do like someone where their arm has been chopped off, and then on the label
in the case, in the casing. You can have them cut off with arms you can have them reaching for the grade to change it. Like you can have a pencil in his hand changing the grade.
Idea. I like that.
Trying to upgrade it. Yeah. Well, that's just been my thought process on something, a little side project I'm thinking about. I might document some of that process and share it with folks. I mean, it's just not like it hasn't been done before, but it's just I only have one PSA graded card I bought years ago. It's a baseball card, and it was fairly inexpensive. And I just got it because I wanted that rookie it's a Bo Jackson rookie card, and it wasn't super expensive, but it's what I could find, and I bought it. It was cheap. It's worth like $25. I registered it the other day on a PSA in their vault or whatever, and it gives you a recommended value in their system, like what they think it's worth. And I was like, okay, not a lot of money, but it's a 9. I'm like,
okay. At least it's something to document.
Yeah, it's in the document. It's something I wanted, so I didn't care if it was in PSA or not, honestly. So, yeah.
He said,
Bobby's in his.
It's just a hoodie, but the hood's
cold. Yeah, it's cold-blooded, man.
It is warm, to be honest. But I've got several rocking the
GPK boys shirt.
GPK
Nice.
boys. So he's technically the one that won, but they went with the second.
Look at that, Trenton. You need your own shirt.
Logo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
for GPK Live. We do. I'm serious. We need one.
I would say I know I talked to you a little briefly. I need to get you to do something up for a logo or something like that.
Yeah, we need to do something, Bobby. I've been thinking about something for this group. I should talk to you about it.
Because my actual logo that I use is just a knockoff of the Garbage Pail Kid logo. So I mean, I can't really go about just. It's literally like I just put the in there.
Somebody will put them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure somebody would. No problem. There's always somebody, but I can't really try marketing that and making money off of it.
Sure. It'll just get us in trouble.
Yeah. I don't need fanatics. They probably got good lawyers.
They probably do. They have helicopters and weather balloons probably after.
Right. Sitting over my house.
Too soon.
Right now.
Too soon. Sorry.
Not a political show.
They shot that thing down right off the coast from me over here, so it's fairly close.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I didn't shoot at it. I promise.
It could have been famous
or infamous. Yeah, in jail.
Forget about it.
Joe, so, did you get your Sapphire? By the way, I know Sapphire came out to people in the mail this week.
No, yeah,
not yet.
Not yet. I got mine. We're gonna open this Sunday.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna open one Sunday.
I'm not gonna lie. The more I keep seeing those black refractors, those things look nice. I mean, I wouldn't spend the money to get a set or nothing, but they do look damn nice.
I really probably shouldn't have bought the box. Just want the novelty of opening one. It seemed to be the price point wasn't going to get any cheaper. So maybe we will.
Kind of curious. I'm sure they're still on sale. Are they?
Did you get your shipping notice yet, Joe?
I mean, I got a shipping notice, but times they got like all my money and I don't know. It could be like 5 different things, probably. There's no telling what it is.
I'm gonna figure out where your cards are at. I mean, they should be getting them to you, man. You're not that Florida. It's not that they're from Florida, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
it
still
doesn't
sitting-
take long, you know. But I did
Still-
get a ship note. When was that? Like last Friday? Or?
Yeah, sure. I was a little worried, Joe, because the day I got mine, they the balloons. That's good in the chat. That's 3 balloons. Yeah.
Patrick, man.
They I'm having my driveway worked on the front of it, so I've had sort of my entryway redone because it had some structural problems. It's old. So right about the time that FedEx truck rolls up, they're tearing apart my driveway. I'm like, no.
Right.
So, but they got out and ran up the driveway. So I'm about 150 feet off the road. So they hustled out
Nice.
there. Thank you, FedEx. You did a good job this time. I've not had a big problem with them.
Yeah, they're pretty good around here.
But that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I've never had too much problem with FedEx or UPS really.
The black reflectors, are they going for a lot of money online? I haven't really looked at any.
I haven't seen prices at all. I haven't looked, but I haven't seen any prices at all. I can't imagine they'd go for that much though. I mean, it's
I'm surprised, but yeah, I gotta say the same. I haven't really seen a whole lot of them flying around yet. A few like, hey, look what I got, pictures, but no one really selling them yet.
Yeah.
I think I saw one person I think they sold a black and one other one, but they got like $40 for it.
I wonder
it's going to be rough for some people. I
wonder if the affect PSA grades, because they test the front more than the back, don't they? I believe chips and
I've heard
for surface scans, so they scan them. Yeah. There was another company, and you guys might know the name. I can't remember who it was. It was out a year or two ago that you could buy like a hand scanner or scanner equipment and do it at home or something. It was like a home graded thing, which sounds really dicey, right?
Right.
But it was something you could scan at the house, and then it would certify it and send it in. And I don't know, but it was all over Facebook.
One of my card shops has a little machine you can take it into, and I don't know if they just give you a grade right now. I didn't really look at it too much, but you just kind of put it in a machine, and it's supposed to do something with the grading.
Well, SGC has like a pre-grade mode. Like the pre-grade must be like at shows or something, or like at your shop like that where they pre-grade it. And I guess it discounts the final price of if you were to continue through. I don't know. I'm just going to guess. I'm totally guessing. But that sounds like what they would do.
I could see that.
Yeah. The more I talk about, the less I want to do it, to be honest with you. I just, sounds like going to the doctor. Put your card in the machine. All right.
You're right.
Hope you don't come back sick. Oh, it's a 7.5. No, it's a 6. Oh, well.
Authentication or whatever.
And then but it can still be a great looking card. Like I have cards that I don't care if they're, a little off or have a ding, Whatever.
I mean, I always wanted to. It's postal system. Just dropping it off in a box. But pick it up. Then follow him.
People get losing at times. That'd be tough.
Yeah.